How long was Snow White in production, Walt?
I actually started to plan the picture about 1935, and I fooled around with it, trying to get a hold of a story and things for a couple of years, and finally it began to gel. Then I went to work on it, and I finished it the fall of 1938. And I didn't know what I had or what would happen or anything. We had the family fortune. We had everything wrapped up in Snow White. In fact, the banker, I think, was losing more sleep than I was. And fortunately, when we put it in, premiered it and everything else, why, everything was fine. The banker was happy.
And the following spring along came that Academy Award.
Oh, yeah,
but
it wasn't but about 2 years later that I was almost broke.
Well, 2 years later was following Pinocchio and coming into the Fantasia period.
Yeah, that about did it, you know.
But that was a
artistic success, financial failure, you know.
Certainly an artistic success. It was a magnificent
Well, there's some people would question that, too.
Mickey was certainly a mouse of all trades, and particularly impressive as a conductor.
Well, that's what started. I was doing this Sorcerer's Apprentice with Mickey Mouse, and I happened to have dinner one night with Stokowski. And Stokowski said, "Oh, I would love to conduct that for you," you know. Well, that led to not only doing this one little short subject, but it got us involved where I did all of Fantasia, and before I knew it, I ended up spending $400 and some odd thousand getting music with Stokowski.
Well, perfectionism always costs money, I guess. That's something you've always been after.
Well, I was always known as a perfectionist until I met Stokowski.
And you had a new member of the club, indeed. Tell us, Walt, what are the principal technical advances in the animated cartoon since the time of Fantasia?
Better drawing. The first thing I did when I got a little money to experiment, I put all my artists back in school. The art schools that existed then didn't quite have enough for what we needed, so we set up our own art school.
Well, you were inventing a new art anyway.
Well, yes, but we were just going a little bit beyond what they were getting in the art school, where they work with the static figure. Now, we were dealing in motion, movement, and the flow of movement, the flow of things, you know, action, reaction, all of that. So we had to set up our own school. And out of that school have come the artists that now make up my staff here, and more than that, the artists that make up most all of the cartoon outfits in Hollywood, where directly or indirectly out of my school.